He'll go green now. You join us from the pitch here.
Norton, where Trim have been crowned Leinster Intermediate football champions. I can't even remember what the score was, but we won by 4 points in the end. And Alan Douglas is just getting the trophy here now. It was an incredible game here. Trim were really under serious cosh in the second half. Mikey Cullen got black carded, Alan Douglas got red carded, Jerry Dwan got red carded. We were down to the bare minimum, but we dug deep. Subs came on, James Murray came on, Ben Holden came on, and Joycey came on the last couple of minutes and kicked what was the insurance score as Trim broke down the field. Kieran O'Rourke had won a serious kick out underneath the stands here in Park Tolton, almost where I'm standing here, and he played the ball inside, and Clara had committed the men forward, and Trim were able to break down, and Joycey found himself in space, and he did the right thing. He could have carried the ball in and gone for goals, but he just tapped it over the bar. Sorry. So here we are. You join us now. As you can see, Alan Douglas is about to be presented with the trophy, and the camera pans around to the massed ranks here of the Trim supporters, and Dougie lifts the trophy, and Trim are the Leinster champions. What an amazing journey. I can see Alan's girlfriend there, Sarah, looking through the wire. Alan, who picked up a red card in the second half, is about to make a speech. Dougie paying tribute to Clara after a titanic struggle here in Park Tolton this afternoon. And look at that crowd. Isn't it great to see so many Trim faces looking to... And Dougie complimenting the pitch here in Park Tolton, which is absolutely immaculate as always. For the time of the year, it's an absolute credit to the groundsmen here in Navan. And Dougie just paying tribute to the sponsors.
That's Dougie's fiancée, Sarah.
Dougie, of course, is getting well used to making these victory speeches in Park Tolton. This is his third run in the space of 6 months. He was captain of the Trim senior hurlers. On Dougie, lift the trophy now, Dougie. Here we go. Yes! And we're getting sprayed here with water and God knows what else, CJ. Did you ever think you'd live to see the day, CJ, where Trim would be lifting a Leinster Championship trophy?
I don't want to get too emotional now, Rory, but I'm so pleased for everybody involved in this club that we've come to this spot. I mean, it's intermediate, but We had to start winning football, and we did win our football, and now to win a Leinster is incredible. And I think Dougie sometimes touching it, it's a tribute to all the people that have played football for our club for so many years without success, that this team has brought massive success to our club and puts us on the map. I see an old man, Dick Mee, who won a championship with Trim in 62 and won it.
We spoke with Dick in the car park before the match.
Very good. Yeah. And I mean, everybody that wore that jersey for so many years without success, this is what that's for. I met so many here today that played with us, and it's for them and for everybody involved that we have succeeded here today. I could not be more happy.
Owen McGrath. I hope, Owen, you don't mind me introducing you as one of the old timers on this Trim team, but I'm sure as you head into the autumn of your playing days, you might never have thought you'd see an occasion like this.
Late winter.
You might never have to see an occasion like this, Owen.
Yeah, unbelievable. The lads just dug so deep today. Like, it was just incredible. Like the work to put in at the end. Things were going wrong and things were going against us, and just it's indicative of the team. You know, all year we've been talking about just keep going. And just unbelievable, like, you know.
Yeah, and great to see there Joycey coming on and kicking the insurance score at the end.
Unbelievable, Joyce's been unbelievable.
Another man in the autumn, perhaps, of his career.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He might come over and say a few words. Yeah, he's going to come over and join us. Good man, Owen. Go on, enjoy yourself. Joycey! Here we are. Great stuff, Joycey. Brilliant stuff.
Cheers.
The insurance score, Joycey, at the end.
Yeah. I know, look, there was 2 in it, so slotted over the bar, put 3 to goal, you know.
The lads in commentary reckon you didn't have the legs to carry it any further now.
You think I'm around 45. Douglas is only a month older than me. No, never a goal. Over the bar. Yeah,
it was a really, really tough battle out there, Joycey, wasn't it?
It was tough. Everything went against us. Black cards, red cards, but that's the one thing about this team. We know no matter what goes against us, we keep going and we look comfortable in the end of time. So.
We were by far the better team. Yeah. We thought anyway, but we were just afraid that the numbers that they had. You know, we were afraid we concede a goal in the second half, but to be honest, it never really looked on. The defence were great.
And then we brought on Ben there. We had to take Mikey off, and Ben be one of the best cornerbacks in the county. You know, we're that strong of a 6. He's unlucky not to be starting, but it was great. Great stuff.
Enjoy yourself, Joycey. We might see you later on. Dara, how are you? A very emotional. We're joined here by a very, very emotional Dara Lynch. Dara, when I ran up to the final whistle, that was the Lucas Aid. Yeah, absolutely sensational year, Dara. How are you feeling?
It's unbelievable. You can't put it into words, but I suppose when you put the shoulder to the wheel and you train like these lads have and you give the commitment these lads had, you reap the rewards, and it has today. And I'm so happy for the club, you know what I mean? Seeing everybody here and the lads here and just crying and everything, it brings everybody together in the community. A tough last 2 years, so it's brilliant.
And come here, you had the nice handy job of marking their county man today in the game. He was a tough character, Colm Doyle.
Yeah, he's a very good player, you know. He's brilliant pace, everything, talisman from the captain, but these kind of things we looked at before the game, you know, matching up with the right people, getting the result we wanted today. And you know, it's a selfless game and it's a team game. I know we see the scores on the pitch, but 15-15, then the next 5 lads who've coming on is just pushing the shoulder away, and that's how we get results all year.
Yeah, absolutely. And the pitch, Dara, just a comment on the pitch in the middle of January, the pitch is absolutely amazing.
Absolutely amazing. Like, we're up on the pitch now, we're training so much, and it's just kind of in a bad condition, so it's lovely to get here again. And of course, it's great to have home support here, and the crowd here is unbelievable today. So. This is brilliant.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Anyway, listen, go and enjoy yourself, Dara. We might get Kevin in here or Fergal in here. Jesus, lads, you can stop working now, going around minding the footballs, huh? The new treasurer must be having you under pressure there, Fergal, is he?
Yeah, we're told that. Come with 10 balls, go home with 11. That's and a trophy.
And a trophy. Listen, Kevin, absolutely, congratulations first of all. Absolutely, it's becoming a habit here talking to you after momentous Trim victories. You must be absolutely thrilled.
Yeah, delighted, absolutely. Like, to win a Leinster championship with these lads. You know what? It's nothing more than they deserve. Absolutely credit to every one of them, and they had to do it the hard way today. They were asked lots of tough questions there. A few tough decisions going against us, but it's a testament to the character and the resilience of the lads there. They just stood up, took everything that came at them and kept going.
Yeah, I think it was obvious. I think even when a few things were going against us there with black cards, red cards, whatever, there didn't seem to be any panic on the players in the field anyway. I don't know what it was like in the sideline, but the players in the field seemed to stay fairly calm.
Yeah, we do all the panicking for them. No, in fairness to them, they became even more composed after that happened. I
think that was obvious with Rob Burke and Kieran Joyce's points at the end. They could have maybe carried in for goals, but they took the wise decision, I think, and just took the easy points.
Yeah, great decisions, and you can see the great maturity there as well from those lads. They've grown into great, superb athletes, superb footballers, and all the time, even in the latter stages, out on their feet, they're still thinking correctly under pressure, and that's a testament to the boys.
We might get a good write-up in the Chronicle this week, Kevin, do you think?
Can I say something? Kevin incessantly heaps praise on the players and the attitude of the players and the work rate of the players, and rightly so. But what these boys have brought into the setup is completely unique in Trim. We've had great managers, great management systems before, and they've got the club to certain, but this is different. As you can hear in Dougie's speech, everything has been laid out for them. The work rate has been, everything's been laid out that they knew what they had to do. And that comes from leadership from the top. And when you talk about the calmness the players showed on the field, that's reflected on the sideline, and that happens an awful lot in games, and I see it up and down the country, where when the sideline loses their mind or loses their composure, it reflects on the team. So what you saw on the field from the players comes from Kevin, Gilly, Gibbo, James, Barry Dunphy as well. What these boys bring, and the work that Harry Purcell does them do, what these boys bring to that setup, that's not won by 20 players, that's led by them men, and we're a club. We predicted 4 points the other night. CJ did. He said, but I bet he was still biting his nails. But one thing is for sure after all this, lads, Trim are Leinster champions, boys!
Oh! James, do you want to come in and say a few words, lads? Here comes some of the... Again, we seem to be getting all the old men seem to be coming over. The older men on the team seem to be coming and talking to us this evening. But lads, what a display, what a performance by the whole team, but by you two guys in particular, the half-back line. How are you feeling, Kieran?
Very tired.
Very tired.
Yeah, I thought if we lost any more players there at that stage, I didn't know what we were going to do. So
yeah, a bit of a rearguard action there the last 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah, and they were good, and we were under a lot of pressure, but we just held in. Like it just goes to show you, like we were kind of saying before the game, like anything that's kind of thrown our way, we can kind of deal with it. So yeah, we just adapt. So you know what I mean. There's nothing that kind of phases us. We just keep going, and
you lifted the pressure here with a mighty catch from a kick out here, right underneath the stand that set up Rob Burke's point near the end.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking to myself, I better do something. I haven't done something in a while, so thankfully I caught it, or else I would have been in trouble because I called for it. So thankfully I caught it.
Yeah, good stuff. And James, you really had to battle hard. There was a lot of little niggly stuff going on off the ball. You were a marked man there today.
Yeah, well, sure, look, that's part and parcel of it. I probably made sure the refs seen it, and if not, at least the Trim supporters seen it. Look, it's going to happen, especially when you're playing like a Leinster final. Like people are going to be like kind of the dark arts are going to be in the game. But look, you just have to get on with it. And the Trim boys, 2 men down, outrageous men, 13 outrageous men to feel to cope with that onslaught.
Absolutely brilliant. And then the last second of the game, you were the man in the right place and the right time, catching the ball on the line there when it came across. The line and a big clearance.
Yeah, that's just my job.
Yeah.
You know, I think like you're a defender, you're there to stop goals, and you're here to cover the blades of grass in the defence. So like I wouldn't be looking for credit for standing in the right place. That's your job.
And come here, it's been some whirlwind 5 or 6 months for you two guys now, dual players who've soldiered for so many years with Trim. Yeah. Finally getting a hurling championship, a football championship, now a Leinster championship on the board.
Yeah, it's huge. Like the young lads obviously bring a lot of energy, but they don't know that the slog that's happened over the years. They don't know. 11 years I'm playing now. Rorke's I think 10. Like it's a lot of misery and pain over the years, but it shows that if you wait long enough, you do the right thing for long enough, you're going to get the reward.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant stuff. Listen, lads, go and enjoy the rest of the afternoon, and maybe we'll catch up with you later on this evening. Cheers. Good luck.
Thanks.
See you, lads. Go along. And here we are. We have a former chairman of Trim GA Club, and whose son was involved in the management team here today, Sean Gilson. How are you feeling, Sean?
Oh yeah, I thought I was going to die above in the stand there. I just thought I was just hoping at the end of the game, and then they put up 6 minutes to go.
Yeah, there was 6 minutes at a time at the end of the game. There was a lot of stoppages, the stop start in the second half. But Trim were superb.
Our team were brilliant. Yeah. They were absolutely brilliant. From 1 to 15, like and the subs to come on. So immensely proud today. Immensely proud that we were able to get here and to win the Leinster Championship.
And all the hard work, Sean. I know when you were chair of the club, a lot of the focus was on the facilities at the time.
Exactly.
We were building the new grounds and the new clubhouse and all that. And so it's a testament now. We are Leinster champions, and we have the facilities of our club to justify being Leinster champions.
Well, we probably have one of the best setups in the country in Trim, and once that was all done, then they started concentrating on the actual playing the games. And you see all the kids that's here today, and they all want to get playing on that team. So, upwards and onwards.
Good man, Sean.
Thank you
And
very much.
John Leonard. John, how are you? We had a meet this morning up in the club discussing other matters, but here we are in the field there, John. And you must be absolutely thrilled. I saw you jumping with joy at the final whistle.
Couldn't believe it. Like, we thought everything was drawn against us and a few dodgy decisions and stuff like that. But as you're saying there to some lads, it's the day that Trim team now has arrived. You know, we're dancing now at the top table. But as Sean alluded to, it's about the kids in the club and about the base now we're going to build from this, and just a tremendous work all around in the club from every sector. It's a real good club day, and it's a great day to be a Trim man.
Certainly is. And the performance, John, they really had to dig deep there in the second half.
That was top drawer stuff now, you know, it really was, and every one of them to a man stood up and they all took responsibility. They were all asked to take responsibility, and they all did take responsibility. And as I say, that's the day the Trim team has stood up, and it's magnificent.
Yeah, and they stayed calm even when things were going against them. They didn't seem to be in an air of panic. I didn't see any mad hoofs of the ball down the field. I mean, they worked the ball through the lines and then let it into the forwards, or whatever forwards we had left there in the last few minutes.
Yeah, a bit of maturity was shown there, and Peter Farr pulled off a great save there, 5 or 6 minutes to go as well. And all round, look, we have to be very happy. That's the Leinster campaign over, and it's great to be saying here today that we're now looking forward to an Ireland campaign.
Yeah, it certainly is. I believe we're playing the Roscommon team.
The Roscommon champions in 2 weeks' time. That's another challenge, another journey on the road for us. But we've taken one game at a time. It's 18 games unbeaten. We want to arrive at the magic number 20.
Good man, John. Thanks very much. See you later. Who we got? Oh, Alan Douglas. Dougie, we were just saying there in commentary, you're getting well used to these victory speeches here in Park Talton. That's your third one now in the last 4 or 5 months between hurling and football.
Yeah, look, Jesus, it's incredible. It's incredible to think that where we are now. Obviously you dream of things, but you just couldn't imagine how this would turn in the way it has now. But it's a credit to the lads there, credit to lads, nothing short of we deserve as well. So it's just great to get there over the line and get these awards, you know.
Yeah, and when you get to the kind of the later stages of your career, shall we say, it's great to be finally getting your due rewards.
Yeah, look, it's great to get it any time, and look, them young lads there deserve it just as much as me. They've been pushing us on, and they've been the ones kind of driving the whole thing on, and it's only for them, you know. We probably wouldn't be here, but it's just been great. I'm just delighted for all the lads, and Kevin and the lads have done literally, they haven't put a foot wrong in the preparation and the way they've just approached everything, you know. It's just incredible. It's been great.
And a really tough battle out there in that field today. I mean, they were a big, strong team.
Yeah, it was a tough battle. They got a couple of goals in the first half against the run of play, but we didn't really falter at all. We just kind of kept going, kept tipping over the points, and kept doing what we've been saying to ourselves we're going to do, and we did do it, thank God. But it's been brilliant. Yeah.
And yourself, you were a victim of what we thought was a dubious enough decision on the sideline. Was it a red card? What did the referee say to you?
I don't think it was a red card. He said it was a frontal charge, but he was obviously the one coming at pace. I did stand him up to shoulder him, but he missed the ball. It probably looked worse than it was. He was the one coming at the speed. So I don't know. I thought maybe a black card or maybe a yellow, but I was shocked when it was a red, to be honest.
Yeah, we were shocked ourselves. But anyway, we managed to get over that little setback, and the lads, in fairness, settled down, and they were really good. Great. It's very hard to pick out a man of the match, really. I think for Trim, I think the performance was a real team performance.
Yeah, look, the lads didn't wilt at all. They just kept going. They didn't faze them at all. When lads were getting sent off, it was chaotic there in the second half. We just kind of kept doing what we were doing all along, and it's just a credit to them, the maturity they showed there. Some of the lads winning ball when we really needed to win it. Getting back and just blocking out the goals, because that was the only way they were going to get back into it if they got goals, and just really not letting them get the goals. It was just brilliant and perfectly approached.
Well, go on. I'm sure you want to go back to the dressing room and have a bit of crack in there with the lads. We'll see you later, Dougie. Well done. Thanks very much. And as the sun begins to set here in Park Talton on an absolutely glorious day, CJ has stopped crying eventually here, and we're going to wrap it up. I can't even remember what the final score was. I know Trim, we won by 4 points. Was it 114 to 2-6 or 2-7? I'm not quite sure, but my notes have lost my notes and everything at this stage. But anyway, just to sum up, lads, from beautiful pitch here, an incredible day for Trim.
Incredible day. A pity our Reds TV people didn't get to see it live, but just summing up the whole match, we definitely were the better team. But circumstances kind of altered that. We couldn't win out the way we could. We played with 13 men for a lot of the second half. I think the occasion somewhat got to the referee a little bit, and when you start dishing yellows, you're ended up going to get blacks and reds. So we ended up with a lot of people on and off the field. But for the neutral, and one neutral said to me, we were definitely the best team, and we were the best team by a good bit. But to win finals like that is never easy, and that's the first real tough one we had all year, and they stood up to the plate, something shocking. They're a wonderful bunch of lads, and as I said earlier, they've done this club so proud, and everybody that has played for this club over the years.
John, have you finally calmed down after all that excitement?
Yeah, I think I jumped from the commentary box right onto the pitch. I was elated after the game. Yeah, look, a wonderful day for the club. It's an amazing journey we're on, I suppose, since last March or April. To win the Intermediate Championship was the goal, and then when this came around, the Leinster Championship, we had probably a good chance of getting into the semi-final. But to win today is kind of unreal. I was very nervous all week. Didn't sleep much last night, but what can you say about that team today? What can you say about them all year? They have handled themselves with dignity, and I'm sure they'll enjoy tonight, and as we all will. But they're an amazing bunch of players, and as CJ said earlier, they're a credit to the club. And what has happened, the last 2 years has been tough. But these guys have represented our club and every other footballer and hurler that has played for the club over the last 104, 108 years, and it's great to be part of it. And I hope Red TV has brought you some enjoyment during the year, and especially what we did today. That's all we're allowed to do, but we'll break the rules if we can. We're on the All-Ireland series now, so I don't know who we play. I don't care.
Playing the Roscommon team, they bet Galway. They bet the Galway champions last night. It was Galway. They won last night anyway. They had a goal in injury time, in extra time.
I'll say one more thing as the sun sets on our wonderful day here in Port Talton. My phone's after ringing from Frank McCann in Galway, who never misses, and he's living in Galway 30 odd years, and he is the true spirit of Trim, knows everything that's going on in Trim, and always interested in what goes on. And again, like I said, it's for the like of him that these matches were won and through the series. Those lads are so young, they wouldn't remember so many lads that toiled for us for years, but I won't forget them, and this group are just incredible. So I'm so elated for everybody involved, and well done to you guys as well, lads.
Okay, we're going to wrap it up here.
Wrap it up though, and we probably have to thank a few people before we wrap up. With our main sponsor, Super Value. Lomond, will you take that call from our rest, please? That's Lomond actually coming up. Super Value, the main sponsor of the club. We say it at everything we do, that they've been great to our club in the last 10, 12 years, and they're never found wanting. To Tommy, Lena and Hannah and Liz for providing these today. To John Leonard and Connie Leonard for their support, to D-Bass as well, who jumped in at short notice this week, and Noel Dempsey, who threw in a few pounds as well to the final kitty. So I think that's a wrap from Red TV here in Park Talton. We might do a bit of live stuff in the pub later on in
No
James
thanks.
Griffin. No thanks, but we might sneak up on a few people. So over and out.
Great stuff. Thank you for listening, and we'll be back again with the All-Ireland semi-final in 2 weeks' time.